If you're looking for an awesome product at a great price, be sure to check out the link in the description. The landscape of global trade is shifting once again, as dozens of countries now face heightened tariffs on their exports to the United States. This follows the implementation of the latest round of country-specific tariffs imposed by former President Donald Trump. These sweeping reciprocal rates, announced by the White House just a week prior to a previously scheduled deadline, took effect at precisely 1 minute past midnight Washington time on Thursday. The implications are far-reaching, and the impact will undoubtedly be felt across international markets. Trump himself, writing on social media just before the deadline, claimed that billions of dollars would begin to flow into the U.S. as a direct result of these tariffs. However, despite the potential financial benefits envisioned by the former president, it is crucial to understand the practical implications. While these customs duties make exports more expensive and potentially less competitive, they are typically paid upon import and, ultimately, passed on to the customer. The former president referenced an ongoing case in the U.S. Court of Appeals, where the legality of his actions is being challenged, stating his belief that only a radical left court could impede America's greatness. The levied rates vary significantly, ranging from a substantial 41% for war-torn Syria to a comparatively modest 10% for the United Kingdom. These new rates will be applied in addition to the standard tariffs already in place for goods imported into the United States. Brazil's situation is particularly complex. While its reciprocal level is set at 10%, the total rate climbs to 50% due to an executive order imposing an additional 40% levy. This order is linked to the ongoing prosecution of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro. The European Union stands as a unique case. Their baseline rate, fixed at 15% following a framework agreement, will incorporate pre-existing tariffs. This means, for instance, cheese is typically subject to a 14.9% import duty will now face a 15% tax instead of the higher combined rate. In anticipation of these new tariffs, governments worldwide have been scrambling to secure deals aimed at mitigating the impact on their economies. The primary concern centers on preventing any chilling effect on investment and potential job losses. On the diplomatic front, Swiss President Karen Keller-Sutter was in Washington on Tuesday for 2 days of meetings with senior Trump administration officials, seeking to overturn a 39% levy that was unexpectedly imposed. The Swiss government was scheduled to hold an extraordinary meeting following the return of their officials from Washington. India is another country facing a significant potential increase. Its 25% tariff rate could escalate to a total of 50%. This is a consequence of a Trump executive order retaliating against India's purchase of oil from Russia. Delhi has a limited time frame of 21 days to respond to this development. Trump has also issued warnings that he may employ similar tactics against other nations supplying Russia. The genesis of these trade measures dates back to April 2, a date Trump himself dubbed Liberation Day, marking the assertion that other nations had been exploiting the United States for decades. Following a 90-day pause and a subsequent 4-week truce, the revised set of rates was officially confirmed last Friday. While some trade partners, including the UK, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Japan, South Korea, Pakistan, and the EU, managed to secure reductions through negotiations, the situation remains dynamic. Discussions continue regarding tariffs not directly addressed in the latest announcement. Canada, for example, is now burdened with a total rate of 35%, implemented last Friday. Mexico, however, successfully avoided an increase from its existing 25% rate on the same date, thanks to a 90-day extension. China faces a 30% rate while negotiations continue, with a separate deadline of August 12 looming for higher rates. The Trump administration's moves extend beyond general tariffs.